Let's go. Forgot to turn my camera on. Sorry, guys. Forgot to turn the music down. Slow Monday. Look at my hair. Oh, my gosh. It's been a long weekend after a long week, and here we are back. Good morning, my friends. It's your old pal, PeaceLoveMusic, with another episode of the Let's Go Good Morning Show. Brought to you live by DeOrganized Media in partnership with our awesome friends at BitcoinLive, Decentralized Broadcasting. It is Monday, the 9th of June. We're already more than a week into the 6th month, almost halfway through the whole year. Lots of cool things happening. Let me know if that music's a little too loud. I don't know. I can't quite tell if it's drowning me out or not. Let me know. It's been a really interesting last couple of weeks. We're feeling really good about where things are headed. Just keep putting work in. You know, that's what we do. The whole DeOrganized team, and it's a growing team, and everyone's involved in other things besides this too, constantly putting effort into this ecosystem. Shout out, we do have CodeStater coming on to chat with us in a little bit. He's in the wings waiting. We'll have our regular panel. CodeStater is working on an interesting project he's going to tell us about. We have Find to Earn rounds coming up at 9:30 with Xenitron. And then we'll get out into the ecosystem. Lots going on today. Alex Miller is starting his new weekly space office hours, Hero and Stacks office hours with Alex at 10:30, and that is every Monday at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time. We'll definitely be tuning in for that. Friendly reminder, this is a news and information show. We are providing news and information only, sometimes some entertainment, some education. Never financial advice. Always do your own research. Never invest money you cannot afford to lose. And with that being said, and Code Sater, you are in. I'm just gonna say hi in the private chat. You know, I know you're here. You're off screen, and I'll bring you on as soon as I'm done with the news. Here about 10-15 minutes. So let me get into it. We got some good stuff to go through today. Bitcoin coming in at 107,463 this morning as of a little while before broadcast. Stacks coming in at 66.22 cents. The price action is not representative of the potential of the network. You can't hear me at all? It's got to be on your end, Code Sater, but we'll get that fixed. GP will be in here in a minute too to help produce. Guys in the live chat, just let me know if you're hearing me okay, because I'm not sure. I'm getting conflicting reports here. I'm not sure if it's me or other outside sources. In the numbers this morning, where am I? 107, stacks of 66, trolling all the way down to the number 71 spot by market cap on CoinMarketCap. Fear and Greed Index at 55, static from Friday. The top three token gainers on CoinMarketCap over the last 24 hours are Kaya, AB, and Fartcoin. Not familiar with the other two. Okay, great. Sounds working now. Really excited to have Code Sater come on and chat with us in a little bit. And in the Stacks DeFi world, Hermetic is offering 4% yield on USDH with $5.6 million total value locked on the network. DCA into Bitcoin, Stacks, Runes, and more effortlessly at bitflow.finance. LR PerpDex is live. Now you can engage in PerpDex trading. Stake your Velar, pair your favorite tokens with SBTC, and earn yield over at Velar. And Protocol, a Bitcoin native DeFi protocol enables cross-chain swaps, bridging, and payments in BTC. Connects Bitcoin to 20-plus chains and launches its Solana bridge last week. Zest is offering 4.09% interest on SBTC. That's right, you can earn 4% interest on Bitcoin, and the highest yield at Zest today is 11.99% on USDA. Over at Stacking DAO, you can earn 8.35% yield on Stacks with STSTX, liquid staking token. You can also earn regular native yield at 8.98% with regular Bitcoin staking or Stacks stacking with regular native BTC rewards, or 8.11% with your yield in SBTC over at Stacking DAO. The top three Stacks token gainers on stxtools.io are Charisma's Cha token, Bitcoin Pepe, the only Pepe that matters, and SBTC. That's your top three gainers over at stxtools.io, a great place to do your own research if you are looking at investing or participating in any Stacks tokens. Friendly reminder, when you stack your STX, you earn BTC. SBTC is programmable Bitcoin for DeFi. Stacks has low fee, fast transactions, proof of transfer security, and native Bitcoin rewards. Tell your friends. Stacks, what is happening on Stacks today? Everything's just going a little slower than normal, and I have still working out my new setup, different systems, and different browser setups. All right. So on the schedule for today on the Stacks calendar, as always, we have a great Monday space going on. With Binta, there was a lot of cool conversation going on. I actually had to drop out to launch it, but I didn't want them to end the space, so I just kind of quietly backed out. That's at 8 a.m. every morning, and we might even have to start that earlier if we keep getting better, more and more participation and conversation there. Whatever morning with DeOrganized, that's every Monday through Friday at 8 a.m. Then at 8:30, we have our show. We bring on the news. We talk to our guests. At 9:30, we do Find to Earn rounds. At 10:30 today, Alex Midler launches his hero system chat. He's going to be talking about hero systems and what's going on Stacks on the dev side of things. Really interested to see how that goes. Should get a lot of information out of that weekly. And then at 5:30 is All Things Crypto with Dave, Cool, Nat, Landy, and the gang. And at 7 p.m. we have the Organized Nightly Show with GPSC every Monday through Friday at 7 p.m. The vibes happen then. And I'm just going to double check Stacks events calendar. I don't think there was anything else. Proof of Talk Paris is tomorrow. There's a couple of things tomorrow. So check out the Stacks calendar as well. Always good to check that out. In the news today, again, I'm bouncing back and forth between different browsers I'm not sure why. Cathie Woods predicts a 15x for Bitcoin. She says Bitcoin could surge 15-fold, reaching 1.5 million by 2030. In recent interviews, she cited accelerating institutional inflows, growing on-chain activity, and network maturity as key drivers. Wood believes Bitcoin's scarcity and digital gold narrative are increasingly understood by corporate treasuries and pension funds. That's probably true. She pointed out that widespread adoption, including upcoming ETF approvals and international corporate adoption, sets BTC on a path to significantly outperform traditional asset classes. The SEC's Crypto Task Force is convening a high-profile roundtable today titled DeFi and the American Spirit. Gathered in Washington, the meetings includes SEC Chair Paul Atkins and Commissioners Crenshaw, Uyeda, Pierce, alongside DeFi developers from Espresso Systems, Jito Labs, Metalex, DBA, and Wharton's Kevin Werbach. Agenda items include smart contract standards, tokenization, custody frameworks, and how to regulate innovation while protecting investors. Crucially, this marks a shift toward collaborative policymaking in decentralized finance. The SEC is looking into setting standards for tokenization, contract standards, custody frameworks. This is all huge stuff, actually. This is amazing. This is happening, and quietly, kind of. Solana officially confirmed its participation in London Startup Village, set for June 9th through the 18th, organized by Super Team UK with support from Help Bank. The event showcases Web3 innovations and startup pitching sessions. Solana's presence signals major interest from brighter ecosystem players like Chainlink and Gemini. The participation reflects Sol's continued push into global markets, connecting developers, founders, and investors, and positioning Sol as a major player in the international startup scene. Bitget wallet integrates with Bluefin protocol on the Sui blockchain, enabling users to access on-chain perpetual trading, token swaps, and lending directly within the wallet. A $50,000 campaign, including bonuses and user incentives, aims to drive adoption and liquidity. The move marks Bitget's expanded focus on DeFi ecosystems outside of Ethereum, empowering users to manage complex trades in non-custodial formats. Highlighted was improved Sui ecosystem access, plus increased yield opportunities. Nasdaq is proposing to expand its crypto index to include XRP, Solana, Cardano, and Stellar. Should add Stacks in there if the SEC approves by November 2nd. This enlargement could boost liquidity and mainstream adoption for these altcoins through new ETF tracking vehicles. Reactions vary. XRP's recent court clarity and Sol adoption rate support the move, though critics worry about market concentration and tracking efficiency. For the week ending June 6th, Bitcoin spot ETFs experienced a net outflow of $129 million. Fidelity's FBTC led with an outflow of $67 million. Ethereum spot ETFs saw a total net inflow of $281 million over the same period. Grayscale's ETH-E recorded the highest weekly inflow of $154 million, followed closely by Bitwise's ETH-W with $88 million in inflows. So outflows for Bitcoin, inflows for ETH last week. But Bitcoin's price is rising. SIP31, we all know what's going on with SIP31. It's a major proposal for the Stacks ecosystem to create an endowment with a budget to forward the roadmap and the plans to enhance SBTC, Clarity WASM, language, develop the developer community, support the ecosystem, provide some marketing services, and support community projects. This is a great development. There's been a tremendous amount of community participation in the discussions, in the not just kind of participation, but really influence on what's being designed and the wording of the SIP. The intention is to not just pass the SIP, but to make sure that the community feels good about it moving forward and is engaged and continues to engage afterwards. Like, this isn't a one-time thing. This is an ongoing thing. We're trying to increase more engagement, grow the community, grow the ecosystem, and so far it's actually been a huge success just in the engagement side of things, and with a lot more to come. The next steps right now, by the way, Mitchell Cuevas has launched the initiation of a series of sessions to establish the appointment committee, which will be the committee that selects the Treasury Committee for the endowment. Super important that we get as much participation in these conversations as possible. So make sure you head over to the forum, follow through, click the links, make sure you're registering for these sessions, and you have to follow up with reading the documentation and all of that in order to actually get access to the session. So make sure you've actually read through the documentation and are actually trying to participate meaningfully. We need as many people to do that as possible. Also, what we need to do, we need our friends, we need our friends to share out the stream. Oh, am I backwards today? I'm mirrored. That's what it is. That's one of the things. I learn one way and then I learn the other way. So this is, all right. Now it's easier, actually. It's easier, but sometimes it's weird because if I have like words, or now my Trust Machines mug says MG or MP it's just not right. But we'll leave it for today, so not to confuse everybody. My face is crooked, so when I flip it, it gets a little weird for everybody too. I apologize for having a crooked face. So many things going on in Stacks, but I want to bring on our guests, our host and our guests. I got, GP's not here. I thought GP was in here. Is that him? There he is. Good morning, GP. How are you doing today, man?
Good morning. For some reason, my computer just tried to shut down on me. It was pretty sketchy.
It's Monday, man.
Monday. I was just about to say Mondays, right?
We have Code Sater is actually joining us today. He's got a project. It's called I'm gonna let him talk about it. I'm gonna bring on the homie. Code Sater, how are you doing today, man? GM.
Yeah, I'm doing great. Hi everyone. GPSC, hi Peace, hi everyone.
Yeah. Good morning,
man.
I'm doing great. Thanks for the opportunity to be here today. So, yeah. The product is actually Blocksheet, right?
Blocksheet.
Yeah. So it's a simple analytical tool, right, to help you visualize your blockchain transaction in a different way. So basically, there's an origin story to blockchain. So I think around last year, 2024 September or August. So I ran into this issue where I needed to print uh, kind of a statement of my account, right, of my transactions on chain. And so the only tool that was available at the time that I could use was Euro Wallet. I wanted to see. So basically, I was trying to track the transactions I made with particular wallet, right? And the outflow physically. So when I put it, so I was trying to figure out what tool could I possibly use, and I went to Euro, the Euro Explorer to see if I could, get something, bring it out. But the way the whole thing is, it's not how do I say, it's not nitty gritty enough to do what I was trying to do. Although I could search my transactions to a particular wallet, it wasn't suited to what I was trying to do. So I figured, okay, why not just come up with a tool that could help you do that? If you wanted to print a statement like your transaction in a way that you can visualize it in a more simpler way, sort of like your account statement, the traditional account statement. You get like the traditional account statement, there's a way you can see the outflow, the inflow, the net balance, and everything. So I just wanted that because I felt if I have this problem, definitely others might be having the same problem because I know it's definitely not going to be unique to me. So that was the high.
Oh,
no, it looks like you got.
So what I understand, basically, Blocksheet is he's building on basically a database, but that allows you to track your transactions across multiple wallets and track your assets. So it's is he back?
Looks like it.
Yeah, I'm back. I got cut off. I've been getting cut off for some time now. I don't know what's going on. I switched from my MacBook to my mobile phone. It's the same thing. I don't know what the problem is. So
yeah, it's not always it's not always a stable connection, so not a big deal. But okay. So let me just to kind of summarize, Blocksheet is basically a way you're building on a platform for people to go. They can connect their wallets, or even do they have to connect their wallets, or can they just actually put in wallet addresses and then track their stuff? It seems like, it's definitely would be something that because guys like you and me, GP, we really like to help people testnet their projects,
right?
So we have a lot of different wallets for that kind of purpose. And then also we need to use mobile wallets, and we need to use the browser wallets. And sometimes we use the browser wallets on different browsers, and that sets, instead of actually just kind of storing the same seed phrase, you might just kind of create another wallet. So
right.
It becomes very hard to track all of your stuff when you have so many wallets. So Sater is working on a solution to helping people track their spending and all of that on his Blocksheet project. And I hope we can get him on for more, or maybe we'll actually get him in on a space. Sometimes that's a little bit more.
Yeah, spaces seem to work a little bit better. Michael,
we made it.
Codesater is working on some cool stuff that's going to be able to help us track our transactions across multiple wallets, and we have him on right now. He's having a little bit of connectivity issues, but maybe
hi guys, it's super annoying. I just keep getting cut off.
It happens.
It's not. Yeah, it does.
I don't know if you guys can hear me at all.
Can you hear us?
You're good.
Just switch to something else.
He can't hear us.
Yeah.
The virus is going around.
I think online. I can hear you guys.
Honestly, when I first started logging in this morning, it wouldn't. So I did all my pre stuff, and we were running the space, and I was trying to jump into restream to launch the show, and it wouldn't load. It was just I don't know if it was on their end or my end. I had to open up a different browser. I have two.
I mean,
Like-
since then I've tried Chrome. This is like my third browser right now. So
Your
I was saying, go on.
your
go on.
audio is actually clearer right now than it was. It seems more stable now. Oh, there he goes.
Right, you can get connected. It happens, man. It happens.
Yeah,
Just like my computer wanted to shut down just a second ago, right before. It's Monday, man. It really is. It feels like a Monday. Over the weekend, I disconnected just a little bit, just to recharge my batteries and stuff. But like, I felt like I needed
At a time like this?
Yeah, at a time like this, really.
are you saying that there's too much going on to take a day off?
Yeah, there is, isn't there? Of all the time, you don't take a time. There's appointments being made.
I think I'm back again.
Yeah,
Can
dude.
you hear us? Can you hear us?
So
Xavier?
basically, yeah, I can hear you guys.
All right, cool. Good morning, Mel.
Hi, happy
So,
Monday.
Basically, so I was saying, instead of having so the issue of trying to like print a statement, trying to visualize your data in a very simple bank statement, like where so basically I wanted something quite intuitive, especially for newbies, new users. Some of the available tools that we have are kind of overwhelming, especially for new users. If you think of as much as you can, garner a lot of information from some of these tools, for someone especially someone coming from Web 2, someone who has never done anything in Web 3 before, you trying to make sense of what is.
Yeah, I think we lost you. Did he cut off?
Yeah, so his audio cut again. But like, yeah, I like the idea and the concept of like making it more simple for people that are completely green to crypto.
Yeah, it sounds like if you guys are familiar at all with DBank is a platform that does that for like Ethereum and Ethereum L2s, and like you
I can
can
call it a D-Bank. I've never heard of a D-Bank.
DBank is a platform that does similar to what Sater's apparently building out. That's going to be cross-chain, from what we were talking about offline beforehand. It's called what was it, Block Sheet, and
Yeah.
he's building out. It's called Block Sheet, and basically it's just an interface where you're going to be able to go put in your address. You probably won't even require a wallet connection. Anyone with your address can also go and get the same information, probably too. Like they'll be able to go put in your address and it'll show everything you have across all of DeFi, all of your NFTs and stuff like that, which is a tool we need. It is a tool we need for the space. It makes it easier for
So
people.
like a dashboard oracle for a single individual.
Yeah, check out what I got over the weekend.
Shut up.
Cool, right?
Do the deep voice. Is there a deep voice on there?
Oh, you like it when my voice is like this?
Yeah.
No, I want.
The deep one, I can't tell. I need to get a
It sounds like Freshman Steppins, but I know better.
What about this one?
That's the good one.
You want it like this?
That's so funny.
You sound like you're a member of the Treasury.
So much
If I was a member of the Treasury, I'd use that voice.
This is my dom voice.
Oh my God.
Because
Oh my goodness.
organized media, right?
So I was just listening to I just caught the end of that conversation, but weirdly enough, just before I came on here, I published this week's article on a Monday. I finally got around to actually getting it done on a Monday. And it's
I'm pretty sure last week was the first time you haven't done it on Monday. Or on occasion.
I didn't actually. I ended up just not doing it. It got to Thursday, and I was like, "Oh, fuck
Bad
it,
kitty.
Oh no.
bad kitty." Meow. That's what I need. I need to have like subtitles and just be like meow, 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 meow. But not. And the article I just wrote, because I've been thinking a lot about it. I've brought it up a lot on the show. I have written an article that's similar before, but it's called Bitcoin's Next Chapter: Creating Global Inclusion Through Stacks. And it, because it disturbs me. I bring it up in the interviews I do. I've brought it up here as well. Just with the amount of Bitcoin that's being kind of vaulted with these kind of institutions, corporate giants like MicroStrategy or whatever you want to call it, governments and stuff like that. So it really perturbs me that, I feel like it's, so I likened it to feudalism in the article that I wrote, where you've got, if Bitcoin is kind of this land that's being hoarded that will eventually kind of be lorded over, and yes, they're not going to like sell all the Bitcoin and fuck with the price, but what they can do, they can manipulate it. And also, if you think about it, you sell one Bitcoin in 10 years' time, and you can literally buy up Africa, So to me, it's becoming dangerously hoarded. And only through solutions like Stacks are we going to be able to reach the people that Bitcoin was built to support, because that's not what's happening anymore. It's and once it's vaulted, then it's not a money,
Yeah, Colonel Barber called it re-centralization, not decentralization.
That's the thing. So we've got an ideology, and I was I'm reading or listening to Nexus at the moment, and they talk a little bit about kind of the stories that we tell ourselves, like the Christian story, or we talk about any story. Say you and me meet up on the weekend, and we then go away and we tell our friends what we did. Those are going to be different. And then we say it was something epic, and we keep telling people. That story is going to evolve into something completely different. And I feel like at the moment, we're telling us one story about Bitcoin, that it's permissionless, decentralized, going to bank the unbanked. Woohoo! Meanwhile, we're all rejoicing because the price is going up, not because people in Africa are buying it, or the man on the street. How much Bitcoin have we got together? I bet you as the five of us, we don't even have one Bitcoin. What's a bet? And you've got Strategy that owns.
I would bet against that.
Yeah, we don't have one Bitcoin between the five of us.
Oh, we do.
We do?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe we have Bitcoin, but it's not people in Africa or the people who are unbanked and who this was supposed to support. I don't think it truly does. And I think even as we go forward with Stacks, this is my last sentence. Even if we go forward with Stacks,
getting weird feedback on Mel's audio.
Not me.
Just me.
Mel, are you using your mic?
It's just me.
Yeah.
No, that's fine.
Is my sound not good?
I think it's me. It might be just my stuff.
Can you just tap your mic? Boop, boop, boop.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Boop, boop, boop.
Oh, but without your oops.
Yeah, no, that's there. She's on the right mic.
There you go.
I was just weird. I think it's on my end.
Go ahead, Katie. So we're talking about re-centralization, not decentralization.
The last sentence before I shush is that I feel like we've got to be really conscious as we go forward with SIP 31 that we are focusing on the right things, and that we're not just going, okay, we need marketing, when what traditionally happens with marketing budgets is that they get spent on First world marketing. We're building wallets in Silicon Valley for Silicon Valley. How many fucking wallets are we going to need like Exverse and Leather? How many more protocols do we need? We've got a decentralized exchange. We've got a lending market. How many more do we need? What we do need is we need infrastructure in Africa. We need easy to use wallets for, you log in with your cell phone number. These people can't write down phrases. They haven't, they need a cell phone number, and they need to be able to, we need to go into, with stacks, I think money can be so beautifully spent in places like Africa, which, whereas we're targeting institutional investment, when that's what I don't know. I just am on a thing at the moment. I've been writing this thing all weekend, and I've just been thinking more and more about the fact that once again, we're going to go through this SIP. We're going to end up with a marketing budget. We're going to do D grants like we've done the last 2 cohorts, and we're going to get maybe 1 or 2 things. Yes, we can go rah about D grants as well. But I can tell you, most of that 75K, you cost $140 of that 75K. Let's actually go through and look at what we really got from the D grants. Let's not talk fluff. Let's talk real conversation here. What are we actually going to do with that marketing budget? What are we actually going to do with the D grants money? And how successful actually, I'm tired of talking marketing talk. Even I do it. And I'm like, oh, we can't really quantify what we did with the D grants because we built a community. Guys, we maybe built it for 10 people.
We funded 38 projects with D grants.
Yeah, now let's go back and see
and
how many community members. What?
Many of those, but the value in that really was the integration of the community. Like we got Trip and Monkey working.
Trip and you
and me and
GP and Michael and Rocky
and Rafa
75K
and Rafa and STX City and Ronald's Bolt. And there's a bunch of projects that are actually still doing stuff that came out.
I was a D grant steward for both of them.
Right. You were, and you put a ton of work in. A ton of work.
I can see, I know every single one of those projects.
Sure. But
intimately.
Right.
Anyway.
It's not hard to point to the value of D grants, in my opinion. It's not hard to point out the tremendous return on investment.
What I'm saying is, but if we took 75K into Nigeria, trust me, we would have onboarded 1,000 people.
Slabs was actually a D grants project too. That where we did fund stuff in Nigeria.
Anyway, that's me for the day. I think it really needs to be considered. Read the article and let's just consider this, because we are not building, like they keep saying, we're building for institutional investment. You can't deny that.
That is the stated purpose of stacks, to create an infrastructure by which the institutions are now using SBTC to transact. And
that's the only way. You're not going to increase the value of Bitcoin without that money, without the attention from that market. That's where. That doesn't mean it's centralized.
I'm not saying it's that goal. I'm just saying that
because they're there and it's part of the participation doesn't mean it's just going from one form of centralization to the other. You're not, because you're always going to have. You can only have equal opportunity. You can't have, if you're trying to force equal outcomes, that's a whole different scenario, and we can't. That leads to bad things, unfortunately, to force equal outcomes. So you can't put everyone on an equal playing field, because we don't all start on an equal playing field, and we don't all go through an equal playing field throughout life. There's no way to maintain that for everybody.
Are you saying we can't give opportunity to the disadvantaged?
No.
You just got to stay where you are.
That's not what I said at all. I'm just saying you can't do that by removing opportunity for the advantaged.
Yeah, but we're not. How much opportunity must the advantaged have? I mean, it's permissionless. There's wallets and DeFi.
They're always going to have more opportunity because they have an advantage. That's what advantage means, though.
I know what it means. I live in a previously disadvantaged country. I know what advantage is. I know what white privilege is. I know what equal opportunity is. I'm just saying that Bitcoin is being I don't think we're being realistic about what's happening to Bitcoin. I really don't. And I think Stacks has a massive opportunity here to become the currency. Now, I had a conversation the other day with Jonas. He said point blank to my face, the goal for Stacks is to become a gas token on the interview.
Right, because SBTC is the value token.
Yeah, but it could also be an incredible currency with simple wallets, very little investment into Africa or El Salvador or wherever else. You know, I just want my frustration is we're all once again jumping on board of a story around this SIP. We're all like, once again, go back. That's what humans do. That's how we became one step up from, that's how we became Homo sapiens, was this ability. How we do is we love a story. So we tell ourselves a story until, like religion, until we all believe it and think it's true. So I just feel like I really worry about marketing and who we're marketing to and what the D grants is actually going to be. And
the biggest concern I have on the marketing side of things is that the knee-jerk or the typical model there would be, we have a marketing budget, we go hire a marketing agency to do our marketing, and they don't know a damn thing about stacks, they don't know a damn thing about crypto, they're just Web2 marketing. And I don't want to throw a ton of money at just a web. I'm not saying that there can't be value in that too. They might be able to improve social metrics and improve some of that stuff. But I think that I'd like to see it be a little bit more well represented as to the different. I think that there's better ways to achieve some of the marketing goals than to just hire a marketing PR firm and drive marketing campaigns that way. I think that and I don't know that that's what we're going to do. I just know that's sometimes how it goes.
Well, and the best thing I think to do, because it works both ways. It works on your social responsibility programs, and it works on, you know, I mean, I'm a marketer. I've been marketing for 25 years. I owned an ad agency. I know the bullshit that we create, you know, and I know that we just like make up pretend budgets. You know, that's what we do as marketers and as ad agencies. You know, say, oh, it's going to be 5,000 Rand to make sure your music video gets this many likes. You know what I do? That's 1 minute. There we go. I'm finished now. Give me my $5,000. Whereas if you take that money and you go into these areas, like to put an event together, one of the things that we gave money towards was $2,500 for that event. You know, that art event that was trying to onboard 10 artists per event. Now imagine how much Bitcoin Vegas cost. I mean, you can't even imagine that with your mind. Now you spend.
It's a nice place.
Huh?
How much Bitcoin Vegas for the whole, like how much Bitcoin Magazine paid to for all of that? A lot. I mean,
Mel, I have someone for you to interview. It's actually the person who gave me this T-shirt.
Yeah.
We talked for about an hour and a half on recentralization.
Yeah.
So I think you'll enjoy it. He talks about the same thing that Jack has mentioned, where what happens in a world where the halvening has caused the block reward to diminish to a level where it becomes a problem for the Bitcoin blockchain. So you're not the only one thinking about this. I met people at the conference who know a lot about Bitcoin that know that decentralization is not something that happens by accident. I'll leave it there.
Well, the thing is that when the block reward gets cut in half, it's actually a supply shock. So that's why the price goes up every 4 years. Like that's why there's a big.
Yes, but the assumption is that the price goes up sufficiently to provide the compensation the miners need, and the other.
And then when that runs out.
Well, the idea is if the prices look, Bitcoin's price has been manipulated since the beginning, and so if it continues to be manipulated and everyone gets their money through the ETFs and the synthetics in Web 2, then there's a co-opting moment. I'll stop there. This is Black Helicopters, Alex Jones. I have the documents talk. I get it. I'll stop.
Well, no, I love the conversation. But I don't think
it's a bit of a rabbit hole. I know.
I think it was premeditated into the design of that's why it's an inelastic supply. The supply only distributes so much, and then it has a stops. And the point at that point is that the transaction fees on the network will actually cover the cost for mining, because there'll be the value of the token will be so high, it'll actually be it'll be used so much that the transactional volume will generate the fees to support it.
But
used so much is the key word. It's not a cash system.
So what Colonel Barber was saying is, if we don't have Bitcoin moving as much and it's used as a store of value, not as a currency, there is no transaction fees to compensate the miners, and they get absorbed.
That's what I'm saying.
I'll stop again.
It depends on
what I'm saying.
And it depends on what's built on chain.
No, it's true. And so he said that, if Bitcoin was built based on Adam Beck's work, then we should stop thinking about the Bitcoin layer 1 as being something that is not open to scrutiny, and these BIPs are a big part of making sure that these checks and balances are there. It's an interesting rabbit hole, and oftentimes I find I'm not technical enough and I have to do research on how these things actually work. But it's a interesting
right. Going down these rabbit holes is actually where you learn how it all works.
Yeah, how it all works.
Right. Yeah. And I don't know exactly how it all works, but I've gone down the rabbit hole enough times to kind of understand. Like nothing's for certain. It all remains to be seen as to a number of there's a bunch of ifs that have to happen.
Maybe we go to BRICS and this is all a fake out.
Maybe.
Just an overview for me as a noob. I don't know anything about everything, but I know small bits. So I'm trying to make the connections. If you are saying that when the miners are going to be compensated for the halving, but we have seen that the hash rates decline in bear markets, why would they be incentivized to keep mining when the prices keep stable?
I heard that hash rate, Colonel Barber told me that hash rate divided by the number of independent nodes is decentralization. And so that's what his concern was.
Okay.
Right? But you're right on. How are miners compensated? That's one of the fundamental questions.
Or incentivized.
How are miners incentivized? So I think part of that incentive right now is the transaction fees they make and the reward they get if they solve that cryptographic puzzle. Is that broadly correct?
And if we're using SBTC,
then what is the transaction fees for the layer 1? Are they not zero because it's a store of value? And again, Barber is saying that we need Bitcoin as a layer 1 to be a currency, not a store of value, because we need the transaction fees to compensate the miners if the price does not appreciate such that it's enough to keep them incentivized.
That's right. But gold isn't currency. And Bitcoin is digital gold. We don't spend gold, we spend cash.
But
And yet
gold is
there's
physical.
plenty of
And
gold
if
miners
I
in the
love
world.
that
network,
conversation.
electric
Go ahead.
network shuts down wherever in the world, say it is in the part where they are mining, then you lose everything it has of value. That's the fucked up part about the comparison between gold and digital gold.
This is a beautiful conversation. I
Say
love
that
it.
again. Say that again, Orange. I didn't quite follow.
So the miners using the physical miners to create the solution for the cryptographic problem. And that uses or consumes electricity.
Yes.
If the electrical grid somehow disappears from operating, then they cannot solve the problems, the cryptographic problems, which means
We have a lot of
they
problems in
cannot.
the world, though, if the electrical grid stops functioning.
Yeah,
A lot
or
more
at least
just
it's
by mining.
going to be astronomical high in order to operate. Why would they continue?
I think the cost of generating electricity should actually go down, not up, over time as technology advances. It's being like the price of most things. It's being manipulated. I think that
Yeah, I
breakthrough
understand where you're coming from, but
more expensive.
yeah, but
I think as governments earn less money, they're going to put the price of electricity up. Look at what happened in the UK. People are dying
Yeah.
in their houses.
The UK
Look
is
at what
crazy.
happened in Africa. Our electricity went up. People can't afford to turn things on here.
that's the whole problem I'm talking about,
So
because
there's more demand for cheap electricity. So there is
yeah,
demand for
make
innovation,
profit.
cheaper electricity.
Companies are leaving certain areas in the world where the electricity is so high that it is cheaper to move the whole fabrication part of the process to another location to build up a new manufacturing plant. It's insane.
Yeah, it's especially happening with like Bitcoin
Yeah.
miners. It's happening. They're moving to places that are more with cheaper energy costs and looking for alternative routes
actually
like
just
hydro and
Hydro,
Solar.
wind, solar.
Well, they only have to worry about that until, 2040, which is 15 more years. And then it's like, nothing left to mine.
Yeah, but they still earn transaction fees by mining the network. They still mining blocks. There's just no block reward. It's just
Yeah, but there's going to be,
if it's determined that that's going to cause problems to the network, that can always be changed by a BIP.
I just think it's being branded as digital gold and people are buying it. Do you think Michael Saylor is buying all those Bitcoins to spend on Coca-Cola? Do you think the countries that are storing up Bitcoin are getting that to pay people's medical aid? No, they're going to sit there and they're going to wait until they can make money off their money. It's not
actually going to be a strategic. It's actually
who wants to spend Bitcoin?
It's going to be a strategic asset between nations.
Yeah, nobody wants to spend Bitcoin. Will you buy your groceries with Bitcoin?
Depends on the amount of Satoshi rewards I get. Gemini coming to bank.
I would more likely borrow against my Bitcoin for whatever cheap currency.
Collateral
Which
is
means you're vaulting it. Bitcoin is gold. Bitcoin isn't a system of spending anymore. That's the
The
point.
right word you use
I mean-
is branded as digital gold.
So
it is
the-
not digital gold. It's
the-
branded
the-
as.
Yes, it's
original
being
white paper-
branded. That's the brand. Like Coca-Cola, you don't veer
I don't
off
think
course.
I don't think the original white paper said Bitcoin is a peer-to-peer gold.
No, that's what we made up. That's the story we keep writing in every press release.
So if you had something of value and you wanted to exchange it to me and I wanted to pay you Bitcoin for it, we could do that right now today. It is a peer-to-peer cash system.
I know, but it's
Yeah,
not being
but-
used.
Yeah, it's not the fiat global money exchange network denomination. It's not the main unit of currency for global exchange, but it is a peer-to-peer cash system. That doesn't. They don't have
So
to.
do you think that it can be a peer-to-peer cash system and a peer-to-peer gold simultaneously? I wonder.
Well, it's a. I mean,
It's a hybrid. Maybe it's something we haven't seen before.
Gold is
It
a
is.
commodity in that
Nobody.
it
It is.
a
It's
physical
gold. I can't just give you gold in 2 minutes. I can't take a gold bar and give it to you. That's why we have digital gold. But
there's actually going to be
that's the
tokenized.
brand. It's not money
tokenized
anymore.
Gold. There is tokenized real world asset gold where you can actually send me, but there's trust in that, right? There's trust that gold actually exists somewhere, that you could actually take your token and exchange it for gold, and maybe there is gold there, maybe there isn't. Bitcoin's verifiable.
The inherent problem is that things are inherently not valuable, but people assign value to it.
That's a great point. All value is subjective.
Value
is subjective.
Yeah, value is a fetish that we watch a voyeur spend. Voyeur watch other people spend. Yeah.
So it could also be that we assign value to like say hair. So if you have one hair, it's like 0.00001 cent, for example. And if you shave your head once per month, you have a monthly salary, for example. That's then the value.
I like it. Hair coin.
Yeah, I'm bald, but
subjectively,
mine is in Turkey.
I don't value my hair as much as maybe I should. I don't know.
So the more hair you can grow, the richer you are.
No.
So rich. I got more back here.
There's a lot of women in Toronto that would spend a lot of money for your hair piece. Trust me.
Yeah.
I could be coaxed into
selling you. Yeah. That stallion's mane you have.
But you have seen it in the Roman era where sugar and salt were valuables, and where we now buy salt for $1 in the store, and we just buy it because why not? And in the Roman era, it was payment for your duty because salt was important for flavor and it was not readily available.
Look, the English took over India because all they had was fucking, mashed potatoes and butter.
And that's all they still have. How did they do that up?
That's because of Brexit. They lost the turmeric. That's why they're so pissed off. What happened to my saffron?
That's why they're so stoic.
Yeah.
I've survived.
Snatch is really about the downfall of British society. That's funny.
Yeah. But the VOC was also one of the biggest companies because they assigned value to human lives.
So the beauty of the Bitcoin network is that anyone can come along and build on it. And it's the same beauty as what's being built on Stacks. Anyone can come along and build something on Stacks to add value, or it doesn't have to be adopted by anyone that's using Stacks now. They could create something that just, like, we could go and we could put a pool together of a certain amount of Bitcoin, and we could create a network that we're using that Bitcoin on to exchange within our community, and the value within our community created isn't necessarily relative to the Bitcoin we're using. There's all sorts of things we can do with a decentralized money supply, which is just brand new to our species. It's a new concept.
And by the way,
how much decentralization is there if Michael Saylor has 90% of the circulation of Bitcoin?
But I will say this, whether it's Bitcoin or Zitcoin or Ditcoin, I think this specter of centralization is going to be there no matter what. Oh, did we just end the stream?
No.
Sorry.
Hi, everyone. We're tired of talking. Join us again tomorrow. Bye.
Whether
don't go anywhere.
These other things, there's always going to be a centralizing pressure to them. It's going to exist with any coin ever created. So
that's not that. Peace. That's not that. Why did it do
I
that?
don't know why. That's the Find to Earn studio has something happened. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, dude.
Play
That's
Find
not
to Earn
that. I see what
on the
you're doing.
regular DeOrganized scene. I don't know what.
You know that one of the facts I put in this article is less than 5% of wallets own more than 95% of Bitcoin.
Mhm.
Yeah.
If you are,
That's always gonna
if
be the
people
case.
are not seeing this as a massive red light of Bitcoin being
A larger hegemony than the seigneurial system in France. I get it.
Buy more. Buy more is the solution, guys. Buy more.
But you can
more.
never
Are you
own.
putting all of the dollars you earn into Bitcoin right now? Because
You
Sailor
can
is.
own
That's why he's able to do
5%
this
of
right
Bitcoin.
now.
Between all of us, we can buy 5% of the Bitcoin supply.
Between all of us, 8 billion humans, we could buy more than we have. That's the solution. Everyone.
There's only 5% of it, of the whole supply of 21 million. That all 8 billion of us.
That's assuming that nobody that's holding of that 95% will ever sell it. BlackRock is buying and selling hundreds of millions of dollars of Bitcoin every week. In and out, in and out, in and out. There's lots of Bitcoin to be purchased. The more you buy it and hold it, the less there is for them. That's going to put the price up. And yes, you're not wrong that there's a consolidation in ownership. The 98% of all the wealth in the world is owned by less than 1% of everybody. So Bitcoin is actually vastly, vastly more decentralized than general.
We just need about 5 more iterations over the next 200 years, and we're gonna get there, guys. We need about 10,000 years.
If you compare
10,000 years, guys. It's a long game.
It just is what it is. You're not
Okay,
wrong.
so I'm bashing my head against the brick wall.
This is right.
You're not wrong. It's good to point these things out, but it's also
Just
not as
compared to that,
dire. When you look at it from where we're coming from, it's actually.
You thought 5% is bad. What about now?
What about 0.5%? 0.28% can buy.
I'm sure if you told Satoshi that the entire world was going to own less than 5% of Bitcoin and the rest of it was going to be in 10 wallets.
How much of the world owned all of the Bitcoin when he first launched it?
1.
Yeah, but that wasn't his intention.
It's actually decentralized since he launched it. No.
Yeah, but now they're trying to imprison him, and now he has to go to China.
Who?
So, I mean, when we deny Craig Wright being the one true Satoshi, like everything's going to go off the rails after that. Oh,
I deny it. Sorry, Jenny.
Anyway,
the studio's all messed up. I can't.
Xenitron, we were having a schism. We apologize. Yeah. Autism schism. I like that.
An autism.
This was an autism explosion. This is what I get like when I get really autistic.
No, listen. I actually like these are the conversations I love having.
I enjoy
really.
it.
This was a great conversation. It's just time.
I figured
it is time to find to earn.
Yeah.
How are you today, Xenitron?
GM, I'm immortal as ever. Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Happy Monday.
We have 5 rounds today, sir.
Yeah, we play 5 rounds. We focus on whitelist. We'll have 2 whitelist rounds, and we'll start from simultaneously 2 games for whitelist. I will add Michael and Melanie if they wanna play. Let's go. Very easy games. You have just to find the location very close. And we are ready to launch. It will be double round for Leo and single round for Room.
So who's here for playing Find to Earn? Make sure you say hi in the live chat. Share out the live stream. Let us know you're ready to play. Michael's going to share his screen and show us how it's done. Huge shout out to BitcoinLive. That's not the one you're supposed to share out, though. No, you can actually absolutely share out the Bitcoin Live one as well. Just messing with Nick.
Oh, is this guy you were talking about, Michael?
That's right.
Yes.
Yes, that's right. Take a look. I think you'll enjoy those two. I have 90 minutes with him. I'll send it to you. That was from the press we did at Bitcoin Vegas.
I saw you snuck into the stage and did it on the stage, so you looked super fancy.
I don't know what you're
So
talking
smart.
about.
I know, I'm just
I was like, oh, look,
joking.
green stage. Yeah, we know what to do with this. So we have liked and retweeted the live stream. Look at Cathie Wood.
Cathie Wood. I love Cathie Wood. What's she up to?
You know,
Predicting $1.5 million Bitcoin by 2030.
you know, fun fact: Cathie Wood got her initial investment for her ETF from Ed Huang, who famously lost more money than anyone in the span of 24 hours. So, lineage of capital there, but we'll talk about that later. Skullcoin BTC. That's right, Skullcoin. Skullcoin. Huang. Let's see. Huang loses everything. Bill Huang, $20 billion. Lost it all in 2 days. Fun story. Skullcoin BTC. That's right. Skullcoin. Skullcoin. Skullcoin BTC. The only thing left to do is count down. But what language will we use to count down, audience?
Can you count backwards in autism?
You can't not count backwards at all.
Yes. Mel, this
Doesn't
is
matter what language.
backwards in autism.
Yeah, I can't do anything backwards, I'm afraid. I'm just full frontal forwards.
Full frontal Skullcoin.
Okay, let's go.
Okay, let's go. Give
let's
me a
make
skull. Give
countdown.
me a coin. Give me a skull coin.
Yeah.
Let's go.
All right, are we ready to launch, sir? Guys, make sure
That was
you
my
share out the
countdown.
live stream.
I like it.
Oh, that was it?
Yeah, make countdown and we start.
Care
If,
Bear
if you're
countdown.
able to leave the comment, it means like you can play this game. Let's go.
Maybe we have the audience countdown.
It
I like
could be
what
laggy, so
Okay.
let's do it by ourselves.
All right, I'll count down. In 5,
Let's go.
4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go.
By the way, look at this
Let's
reflection. of
go.
stats. Did you catch that? That's a great detail. Good job. Whoever
What's
did that.
Oh, the stack. Yeah, complex.
Very nice stack.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's neat.
That's attention to detail.
Subtle.
Yeah. Subtle. All
Okay,
right.
launch 2 games. Anyone who in whitelist can play. If you can comment, it means you can play. We focused this week and in future more on whitelists for new players, for mass adoption, for fine to earn. We wanna teach everyone how to play before on-chain game. And let's go. Let the hunt begin. Even if you're not in whitelist, please repost and share. We need more players and we're growing every day. I got new followers every day.
Organic growth, baby.
So there's a little courtyard kind of sitch happening here, right?
That's what it looks like.
So we have little stony guys and sky guys and okay. So stony guys. Let's see what kind of stonies. What are you doing? Come on, everybody. You know what you do. All right.
Don't forget to like and repost the game round, guys. Very important.
Yeah.
And repost the stream. Let's go.
Come on.
I see we have a new player. Everything juicy.stx.
Ooh, everything juicy. Oh yeah.
Mike's voice just mimicked the deep voice on the voice changer.
Oh yeah. Everything juicy. Come on. It's like a Indian Rico Suave. All right, so
I think I found it.
Shut up.
Share
go,
it, share it.
I
Don't do
did.
it. No, you didn't.
Guys, I did. I found the red
What?
postbox.
No,
Tell me,
no way.
Xenitron, if I did.
We'll see soon.
Big
How is that
Papa
possible?
might have. I don't know. He's got the wrong one. I don't think he's got the right one.
Ugh,
Yeah, Mel got it.
damn it.
Did I get it?
Yeah, Melo winner for the first game. One of two winners. We still have the second winner.
Okay, watch me go.
Man.
No, there's two winners for this game, first and second place, or two different.
There's two different images.
Two different images.
I only see one image.
Usachuv Lot. Oh shit! Look at that.
You
What
find
the
it?
hell?
You have to find exact place. You have to stand on exact place.
Oh, I was looking at.
Yeah.
There's two games that got
See.
launched. I didn't even see the Leo game.
So this
So we
game-
have.
Out of the
So these
road.
two games are sponsored by Leo
Oh yeah.
and Rue. Leo and Rue are both amazing community coin projects on the Stacks ecosystem. Leo, founded by Rubes, also the founder of STX Tools. They have a bunch of great projects that they have working on. They have their own NFTs, great community. They're constantly promoting stuff. Really great that Leo was named Pope a couple weeks back. We're really excited about that. And then RueCoin, founded by Legend of Stacks Legends and a good friend of all of ours, Jack Binswitch, and his partner Ian Banksia. And they have so many cutting edge things that they've done and iterated on Stacks. We really love We Brew, Rebrew, and we love the Leo crew too on Stacks. So we don't have a winner for, but we do. We have a winner for the
Found this
Rue.
But I think I found him after like everyone.
We'll still have no winners. Only Melanie, but let's find out. Okay, we have a winner. It's the Age of Devs from Stacks Africa.
Oh,
Michael dropped something too, and we have Pablo Crypto. He's a winner for Rue game.
I just found the other one.
What? How dare you?
Have a good day, guys. I gotta drop. I'll see y'all on the flip
What? At a
side.
time like this?
He's got a meeting. He's got a
At a
meeting.
time like this.
The bro doesn't stop.
You missed.
Catch you later, GP.
Just when
Bye,
I
GP.
needed it the most. All right.
Okay, we
So
have all
is the
winners.
second one being found? I can't post it.
Yeah, we have all winners. We will move on for the next game soon.
All right, George, your turn.
Why are you laughing at me?
No, I'm laughing because of the madness that all of this is. Does that make sense? Like it's so many things happening at once. There's like multiple.
We need madness, more cows.
Let's get the audience to count down. I love when the audience counts down.
They have delay on chat. That doesn't work.
That's what makes it so fun.
Yeah,
Who's
we can
behind
try
the
it. Okay.
sea? Who's
I like
behind the sea?
I like when they count down.
Okay, okay, we will let them calm down in a couple
Right,
minutes.
Orange.
Everyone get back.
Yeah, everyone get back. I
We
got
have
someone
all
named,
winners.
I got someone named Frederick joining the stream. I'm not sure who he is.
Yes, so that's Colonel Fred Barber who taught me about recentralization. I wanted him to
Oh,
say
is it-
hi to Mel just to say hi. I'm wearing the t-shirt. So, yes, there he is. I met him at Bitcoin Vegas. But let's continue playing the game, and we can talk in the background. Go ahead, Orange. Hey, Fred.
Orange is going to take over the share.
Was he the guy that you interviewed on the main stage?
Yes. Colonel Barber is the guy who I interviewed on the main stage, who schooled me for 90 minutes on what happens if Bitcoin becomes a store of value and exclusively and not a currency as well, and what that means for miners and block rewards and centralization. So I wanted to introduce him to you guys because Mel, broached the subject, and there's a rabbit hole to it. I'll stop there. Welcome, Colonel Barber. We're playing a game right now using Bitcoin-based assets.
He's
Yeah.
literally on the moon, I
The
believe.
signal is jammed. Ready to count down, audience? Somebody say 10.
10.
No, we want a chat countdown, yeah?
Oh,
Yes.
chat.
Start the
Waiting
round.
for the chat. Yeah, waiting for the chat to count
Come
down.
on, chat. Bloody chat.
All right, Charles.
What are we doing?
Gonna be like that.
He's almost here. Colonel Barber, sometimes if you take off your video, your audio will come through clearer. 10 in the audience. 5, 3, 6.
Pure cow. The pure cow.
Video for me.
Okay, let's go.
8, 2,
Okay,
8,
the game is launched. Let's play one game.
9.
Just this one. Flat car. You have to find the flat car.
All right, Flat Earth game has launched. Flat Earth is an amazing newer meme coin project on the Stacks ecosystem, started by Silky Jones, and there's more to come with some gaming options in the future as well. Oh my God.
Orange playing. Everyone can learn from the orange. He's playing live on DeOrganized show stream. You can learn how he finds location and earn cryptocurrency, the future of finance. Let's go.
If you're just joining us, welcome to DeOrganized Media. You're watching us play a game called Skullcoin BTC on DeOrganized in conjunction with BitcoinLive DB. You're watching Orange right now try to find a location that has been showed by the Skullcoin account. If he's able to find it before the audience, he wins the Bitcoin-based rewards.
Hey, Peace, where's the big market? Are they building still? The
You do
prediction?
that so well.
They are still building. They've been working on some things. They are still kind of preparing, but that is something that we should be hearing more from soon.
Okay, nice. We have a winner at it's Winnie.
Let's go.
done.
Winnie find the car.
Let's go. Congratulations, Winnie. Real quick, before we go into the next game, I just want to give a shout out, a word from our sponsors. First, a word from Stacking Down. And Bitflow. So we have a game round. We have one more game round or two?
2 more games. We'll launch one by one.
All right.
Okay. So the trick of today's games, I just find random location. I believe it's in USA, and the interesting thing that there is a lot of different locations. Very interesting patterns. Okay. Let me check.
Guys, don't forget to share out the live stream. It helps us grow. The more users, the more viewers, the more game rounds, the more prizes, the more sponsors, and the more games we can bring to you guys.
Okay, you wanna play one by one or 2 games simultaneously?
It's entirely up to you, sir. You're the game master.
Yeah, we'll play one by one. Okay, let's go. We are near to ready. Let me check. Double check. Check, double check. Okay, I'm ready to launch. Let me count down. We are launching in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. The game is on. It's a factory fun game. It's last game will be for Pepe.
All right, so we got Fact Fun. If you guys aren't aware, Fact.Fun is a bonding curve token launch platform with more tools being added all the time. They have a really unique design with their pre-launch seeding created by Rafa, and have an opportunity to earn a little bit of Fact Fun token right now. Make sure you like and repost the game round. This is an interesting one.
You have to find the blue jeep with the skull. Everyone can play, everyone can participate. We are using top digital maps. They will exist forever and just upgrading every year.
Wrong blue truck.
The first place I dropped my pin, I actually found a trampoline. Thought we were doing a flat Earth round.
Guys, I'm sorry, I have to go. I've got a meeting now on the hour.
See you, GK.
Bye.
Hey, congratulations on your victory this morning, Mel. Great
I know.
conversation. And guys, make sure you check out Melanie's article because we can keep that conversation going in the chat on there.
All right. I'll speak to you soon. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, the winner is the orange, I believe. Yeah, orange was the faster than Elizabeth for 11 seconds.
All right.
Ooh, so close.
So we have one more round to go. And that is, what is the last round? It's B Pepe.
Pepe round.
All right. So we got B Pepe is the original Pepe coin. It was minted on Stacks, so it's on Bitcoin. It is Bitcoin Pepe. The orange frog, it is the best Pepe, the only Pepe coin you need to know about. And they have their regular community spaces every Thursday at 11 a.m. And I love hanging out with the crew. Great crew over there at Bitcoin Pepe. Just before we launch that round, I just want to do a quick shout out again for our amazing sponsor. Stacking DAO is the leading liquid staking platform for the Stacks network. Stacking DAO is changing the game by letting users earn up to 10% APY on their stacks while keeping their assets liquid. Unlike traditional staking, their unique design means no minimums and users start earning rewards immediately, so there are zero switching costs when moving from other stacking pools. Plus, you've got options. Choose to get your rewards in STX or SBTC, whatever fits your strategy. Want to start earning yields today? Head over to stackingdao.com and jump on in. Stacking DAO is where liquidity meets opportunity. And we are also very best to have BitFlow, the top DEX on Stacks, letting you trade native BTC, STX, SBTC, USDC, runes, and more, all in one place by aggregating prices on Alex, Arcadico, and Valar. Recently, BitFlow rolled out Flex Pools launching with STX to support liquid staking assets, offering flexible deposits, smarter rewards, and deeper liquidity, all over at bitflow.finance. And now it is time for the last round of today. We have $10 worth of BPepe up for grabs. Who's counting down? Me? Orange?
I can count down.
Orange, why don't you?
Wait a little bit. So the last game we will make. Okay, let me check.
He's making it medium rare for you guys.
Oh, actually, it's like something different. So,
Okay.
the last game will be Pepe game. The winner will get about 300k Pepe. It's a nice price. And I believe the idea of the last game we will just test your memory, because the the starting location will be the location you just found the last game. You will realize soon.
Oh, wait, so the starting location for the last game is actually where the treasure was for the last one?
Yeah, so we are playing just the same map. You just have to find a different picture, but the interesting thing, maybe somebody found it before, like you found the car. So
Right.
that was a trick. So we playing the same small town, and
so,
now
I see. So people will actually have had a chance. They'll be looking around for the other one. Someone might have seen the image already.
yeah, they might seen it before. That's a trick. Okay, we are ready to launch. Who will count down?
Yes, sir.
Let's go, Orange.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Let's go. You have to find your lovely characters. It's a chaos. Maybe somebody just saw them before. Who saw the cows? Let's go.
I'll be
Let the
right
hunt
back.
begin. Who saw cows before and where they was? Not so hard game, since the town is very small. Everyone can win.
How was your weekend, Sonny?
Great. We building all the time. stolen
Do you
some
even
things.
have weekend in the underworld?
Yeah, it's a summer here actually. It's a good time.
Okay.
Got
Nice.
some grass. Okay, we have a winner. It's a Father Abraham.
Let's go.
Let's go. That's it for today. We'll continue
Well, they
tomorrow.
already found it. That was great. Great job, Father Abraham. So that is it for today. That's the last round. Great job, everybody. Another awesome episode of Find to Earn. We will be back tomorrow. I'll chat with you later, Denny, to go over
Yeah,
that.
sure. And we will launch more games from Skullcoin this week for whitelist. So if you never played Fine Turn before, just leave the comment. We have a post about whitelist. We will make a lot of whitelist, a lot of games for new players this month. You will have opportunity to win 1, 2, 3 times. Okay, let's go. I'm going to back to the crypt.
Thank you, Zenny, for joining, for coming out today. Thank you, Orange, for coming on and joining us. As always, man, I love having your perspective on the conversations as well. You always provide insight and interesting perspective. So we really like having you join us, not just for Find to Earn when you're available. And thank you, Code Sater, for coming out and telling us a little bit about what you're building with Blocksheet. Very interesting stuff. Sorry it wasn't having some communication difficulties, some technical difficulties, but really look forward to seeing more from what you got. And happy to have you on another time. Maybe do a little bit of a screen share walkthrough and some stuff like that when we're ready. Thank you all for tuning in. I am PeaceLoveMusic. We are DeOrganized Media, coming at you live on BitcoinLive, Decentralized Broadcasting every Monday through Friday. Tune in at 10:30 for Alex Miller's new show, Space on X, launching at 10:30 in about 25 minutes. Lots going on in the ecosystem. Make sure you join. Make sure you participate and get over into the forum. Check out Mitchell's post about the appointment committee for the Treasury Committee for the SIP 31 proposal. It's very important to get involved in that conversation early and often. Y'all have a blessed day. Peace out.